What's the F stand for?
Fantastic answer.
Okay.
How about that?
Moving on. All right. Good enough.
Stephen F. Gomez with Real Living Property for You. Thanks for tuning in. We have Brandon Hendricks here again, and he's gonna give us some lender tips. So, lender tip of the day, and I'll just ask you off the top of my head, what are you seeing today with people calling you? Like, what are you seeing most of?
As far as people calling that are trying to get approved or pre-qualified for a mortgage?
Well, yeah, let me break it down. Like, what do you think is the biggest obstacle right now for people that are trying to?
I mean, there's a lot. You know, when you tear back the layers of actually qualifying for a mortgage, we've got things like credit and debt-to-income ratio and assets. But you're probably the biggest challenge is just the overcoming that fear of picking up the phone and getting pre-qualified. I think even the term itself, pre-qualified, kind of lends itself to, you know, feeling a little bit like you're judged, like somebody is going to judge you based on your credit or based on your income or based on your financial disposition. Whereas a pre-qualification isn't really about necessarily getting qualified. It's finding out where you stand, right? We know what the goal is. The goal is home ownership. We need to find out where you stand, and if you're qualified, wonderful. If you're not, that's okay too. We need to find out what steps we need to take to get there. And moreover is really serving the client and giving them that information, arming them with the education of hey, in the price point that you're looking at, expect a payment of this, and here are some different down payment options, and hey, you might qualify for down payment assistance, and just that really good stuff. I think that a lot of lenders, when the phone rings, they're really quick to say, hey, what's your social security number, and how much do you make, and how much do you have in the bank?
Yes.
And you want to work with a lender, and there's, I would imagine, you know, a good handful of them out there that will take more of a servitude approach, and before digging into the financial and credit disposition, will kind of take a step back and say, well, you know, let's talk a little bit about the payment, let's talk about the price range, and let's see how all of this translates and how much your out-of-pocket expense will be. And so once your client has a really good sense of the stuff that's important to them and their family, then we can peel back what it takes to get qualified. And if all the puzzle pieces are there, great. And if they're not, well, then we just kind of hit it between the eyes and figure it out.
Yeah, to me, it's almost like the sooner the better for that phone call to the lender for the pre-qualification, because even if you do get approved, right, it seems like you could probably give them advice to maybe pay a credit card off or a debt or something that maybe will shoot their credit score even higher and maybe get an even better interest rate.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And a lot of it is just relief of anxiety, right?
Yeah.
You know, we always wonder, you know, what if this and what if that? And there are plenty of people sitting at home that just kind of wonder, hey, I wonder if I'm qualified. I wonder how much. I wonder how much my payment would be. I wonder if the stuff that I'm seeing on TV is that misleading or is that accurate? So just to be able to have a game plan, whether you're buying a house in a month, and I get these phone calls all the time, hey, my lease is up in a month. I want to buy, and it's kind of like, all right, well, here we go. And then we get other people that call, and it's like, hey, you know, we're thinking about buying in 6 months, or we're thinking about buying in a year. And so there's going to be a plan, whether you're buying in a month or in a year, but as soon as you have that plan, it just kind of reduces the stress because we have a strategy in place. And you're right, sometimes, you know, paying down, it can be as simple as paying down a credit card. Sometimes you don't want to do that. Sometimes having a credit card at a zero balance can hurt your score a little bit. So
that, you know, to interject here really quick, I've been surprised at some of the things that I've learned with especially credit scores, where those algorithms that they use to like for credit scores to go up and down, they don't really makes sense. So it just seems like, yeah, you would really want that advice for somebody who, you know, can tell you kind of exactly what moves to make.
Yeah, and there's some really neat tools for credit called credit analyzers or what if simulators. So when you get a credit score, a good lender can get in there and run these programs and tell you exactly what you need to do. We've had cases where we wanted to get somebody's credit score up, and they actually had to put money, $10 on a credit card.
Yeah.
Other cases where paying off a collection will actually hurt your credit.
Yeah.
Sometimes it helps, so you just never really know. And information is key, in getting that information in a way that is just easy to understand, easy to game plan, and then having a real estate partner that can just really shoulder up with you and be on the same page with the price range that you're in, and just all of that stuff that is involved in buying a house. Certainly starts with pre-qualifying, but there's so much more to it. And so the sooner somebody can call or come in and we can start going through those areas, the quicker that anxiety is relieved, the quicker a plan is built. And yeah, the key is home ownership, and this is all about.
You don't know what you don't know, but we're here to help you and advise you. So that's what it's all about, guys. Give Brandon a call.
Anytime.
Get the job done. Thanks again, guys. Talk to you later.